Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the interwebs. This is ReNDoG coming at you from the creator of awesomeness in another episode of Minecraft Survival from the FoolCraft server. I hope you guys are having a fantabulous day today, and I hope you guys are in the mood for some modded Minecraft because, baby, it has been way too long since we've been on the FoolCraft server. Well, it's been about a week or so, but in the world of YouTube, a week is like a year, so I feel like I've been away forever. Don't worry, everybody who's been worried about the FoolCraft series. I've just been dealing with some stuff in my real life and been taking a little bit of a break from YouTube, but it's all good, baby. We are back today. We have got so much stuff to do. It is unbelievable, but I wanted to kick off today's episode by showing you guys some really cool stuff that I found. Take a look at this giant crater. It's freaking awesome. I've been trying to figure out if there's something underneath this crater. Is it just like a thing that looks nice on the map? Is there actually a treasure or something in here? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. But yeah, last time, if you guys remember, of course, we got ourselves our wings, didn't we? The angel ring, baby, and we have flight. And I've made pretty liberal use of my angel wings. Look at all the exploration that I've done. I've been looking for cool stuff. I've been looking for different biomes. Here's our base over here, ReNDoG's lair. This blackness. It looks so awesome on this map. But yeah, I've been flying around here looking for stuff, and guys, I've made some pretty cool discoveries. Found myself a whole bunch of cloud pets. Well, not cloud pets, should I say. Pets in the sky, rather. And unfortunately, didn't actually find myself a cloud pet. So even now, after all this time, I haven't managed to find a cloud pet. But I found a whole bunch of other awesome pets. Look at all these things, man. We're going to check out what these things do in a moment. But today, guys, we're going to head back to our base. I want to start setting up some infrastructure for us. Ooh, a Hermitron booster pack. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, today we're going to be setting up some infrastructure in our base. We're going to be setting up some industrial infrastructure so that we can start automating the process of creating all of the stuff that we need in modded, like iron and all the different ingots and all of that sweet jazz. Did we get a mythic in here? Commons, a rare, and a whole bunch of commons? That's okay. I'll take it. Thank you very much. I like it. We are also going to be setting up a very important block production factory. However, guys, this block production factory is, well, a little bit controversial. I'm going to need your guys' help today, okay? We're going to be taking a vote in today's episode about whether or not we should be allowed to produce blockages in the way that I am planning. We're going to be doing that in this episode. It's going to be awesome. So make sure you stick around, man. We're going to be taking a really big, very important vote a little bit later on in the episode. But to kick things off, I want to show you guys some of the cool stuff that I found. So I found that crater. That was pretty cool. But I also found a dungeon. And I have named this dungeon the Dungeon of Eek. And that's because this is a rogue-like dungeon. This is a very powerful but very rewarding thing in FoolCraft. Underneath this beautiful castle in this epic biome over here is 5 levels of craziness. Hello, cows. What's happening? Hi. Down here is a whole bunch of madness. We're not going to be going down here today. We're going to be holding this off for the next episode. We're going to explore this in the next episode. But we can potentially get some insane loot from down here. But we're going to have to be battle ready for this because, geez, a little bit of lag. Because it is a very, very tricky thing to get through. And yeah, we just killed the dragon in Hermitron. So I'm in the mood for another challenge. And we're going to try and get that done in the next episode. Pretty cool. Dungeon of freaking Eek, baby. We're going to be taking that on next time. But I'm super excited. Look at all of these pets that I've got. They are so sweet. I've got all the food that they need, and I want to spend a little bit of time now, like, just playing with these things, okay? I want to figure out what they do. Let's head over to this, like, muddy biome. Wow, the lag is real today. Let's just plonk ourselves over here. Oh, this is disgusting water. Okay, let's not plonk ourselves in the disgusting water. Let's go over here instead. Okay, this looks pretty good. Let's just, like, clear away a little bit of an area over here. And is this poop? What? What is this? Oh, it's mud. Okay, that's fine. We can do our experimenting here in the mud. So I've got a whole bunch of pets. Take a look at this. We've got a banana pet, a double chest pet, a pingot pet, a wither pet, an Illuminati pet, which sounds awesome, a grave pet, a creeper pet. That sounds pretty cool, man. The sun is going down, though. I think I have a bed. Sleepification has been completed, and let's crank open a couple of these pets, man. Let's take a look. What does this banana pet do? He does a little flip in your hand, which is pretty cool. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Does this thing deal damage? There's a chicken over here. Let's check it out. Get wrecked. Oh my goodness, this banana pet does some serious damage. That's awesome. One shot at that chicken like nobody's business. Okay, let's move on to the double chest pet. It eats logs. And oh, this is like storage. I like that. Let's do a little bit of storage up in our double chest pet. I suppose it's the same as a bag of holding. Probably worse, because a bag of holding can probably hold a lot more than this pet. But it's kind of cute. I kind of like the double chest pet. All right, pingot pet. What is this thing supposed to do? Auto extracts found ores. What? Okay, let's right click on that. That made a little sound. Is it supposed to show us where ores are? I think it's supposed to be a sonar or something, right? Geez, there is so much lag happening right now. It is kind of scary. Let's get down here and let's try ping it again. Pingot has found some ore. Where? Okay, shift right click. Oh, look at that. It eats the ore. Oh, that's insane. What about over here? Oh, look at this. Oh, that is absolutely bonkers. Look at this. If it finds ores, it just eats them. Oh, guys, that is completely ridiculous. I don't even think you need to point at the ore to eat it. Oh, jeez. Hi, okay, I'm getting out of your cave, dude. Relax. Okay, that's pretty cool. Dig in the pingot pet. That's pretty badass. Also got a wither pet over here that eats soul sand. And I think that this thing makes you immune to something. Oh, this is immune to wither effect. This is exactly what we needed for our biome that we live in with all of those death blossoms and whatnot that poison us. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we actually got the wither pet. Nice, forgot about that. That's very sweet. Okay, Illuminati pet. What does this thing do? Gives you, one random item. Spawns a random item. Okay, that sounds cool. Let's spawn a random item. Copper boots confirmed. Listen to the music. Oh, that's epic. Okay. Can we get any item? Illuminati pet is on cooldown. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's a 2-minute cooldown, and every now and then we can make an item. Okay, so for the rest of this episode, guys, we're going to make items with the Illuminati pet, okay? Maybe we'll get something busted. Maybe we'll get something insane out of it. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, next pet is a grave pet. Restores inventory after death. Oh, that actually sounds pretty good. Maybe we should, shall we creeper pet ourselves? This thing does explodes, okay, and immune to explosions. Oh, that makes us immune to explosions. Oh, jeez! That was awesome! Oh, and we're immune to explosions now? Oh, that is absolutely busted. Okay, hold on. Can we actually do, like, farming with this thing? Can we do like strip mining with this thing? Hang on, let's see. If we do a little bit... Oh, hello, Scalda, but you do not want to be messing with me, son. Get exploded. That's so epic. Oh, this is awesome. Can we like dig with this thing? Let's have a look. Let's dig all the way down. Oh, it's so loud. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so check it out. We can dig down. Then, with the pingot pet, we found the iron ore. Shift right click. It's just going to eat everything. This actually, like, mines faster than a pickaxe, I think. I don't know if it's better than Vein Miner, but that is actually pretty darn sweet, isn't it? Oh, man, these pets are so awesome. Get exploded, world. This creeper pet's the best. Now we be cooking with gas, cyber dogs. One of my favorite things about being able to fly on the FoolCraft server is being able to see my glorious base from a bird's eye perspective. Isn't this place looking amazing, guys? Oh, I love it so much. Of all the bases that I have built in Minecraft over the last 5 or 6 years, this is turning out to be one of my favorites, I have to be honest. it is just so cool. I just love it, man. Since we were last together, though, guys, I've done quite a lot of progress off camera. Many hours, in fact, trying to figure out some designs. I've made another little area over here where we're going to be working today. But first and most importantly, I want to take you guys through some of the stuff that I've done since we were last together. I don't want to leave you guys behind, man. I probably did a little bit too much off camera, but that's okay. Last time, we were trying to figure out how to milk these cows, weren't we? We were trying to get milk out of the cow to go into our slimy generators so that we could generate power for our alien base over here. And, well, I've got to tell you guys, I did it pretty badly in the last episode. A lot of you guys out there pointed out that the ReNDoG done dirt pretty badly. And yeah, made the whole system way more complicated than it needed to be. Basically, just to recap, this thing over here, this golden block, is known as an animal farm or an animal farmer. And what this thing can do is it can milk cows if you put a milking upgrade into it, but it can also breed cows. And to breed cows, it needs wheat and coal. I thought that it needed wheat and coal to milk cows, but that's completely wrong. All it needs is something called an RF engine. And an RF engine basically makes this thing be able to receive RF power. Take a look at this. RF engine, iron, gold, and blocks of redstone. Then you just crank it into this position over here, and then it can be powered up. It doesn't need coal or it doesn't need wheat. See, this is the slot for coal, but you can stick the RF engine in it. And you only need wheat if you want to breed those cows, right? If you want to use this machine to breed cows. So, yeah, I derped in the previous episode. Thanks to every single one of you guys who let me know how this thing actually works. And now we have an optimal power generation thing going on. We've got 4 cows around the animal farmer. That animal farmer is milking each of those cows because we stuck a milk upgrade into that animal farmer. Those buckets of milk are arriving right here in this chest. And then this chest is sending those buckets of milk to each of the slimy generators over here via this item conduit array. And these slimy generators are receiving buckets of milk and then sending the empty buckets of milk back to the animal farmer so that it can replace the milk. And of course, we are sending slime balls from the storage facility into the slimy generator. So we now have a consistent and basically infinite supply of power. Over here in our power room, we have 120 million RF that we are storing, which is pretty freaking insane. Today we're going to start making use of this power though, so it ain't going to last very long. And as long as we have slime balls, which we're getting from our slime factory, we are going to be able to generate all the power that we need for now. So that's been sorted out, which is excellent. Now, last time I also asked you guys in a poll about the rounded versus the diagonal corner slots for our base. What I've done over here is I finished off a little bit more of the passageway just to get a better feel of it. And isn't it looking sweet? Look at this, dudes. It looks so epic. I love it so much, man. It was a very mixed bag of results, guys. I gotta be honest with you, man. It was kind of crazy. It was basically like 50-50. A ton of you guys loved this style. A ton of you guys loved the diagonal style. But I saw a suggestion from one of you guys that I think is the absolute perfect solution. For this part of our base, so for the upstairs part, the corridors that go into the different rooms and the different chambers and the different sections of our base, I want to use the rounded borders. But I want to add another level to this base. I want to add a maintenance level. Take a look at this. Isn't this awesome? So this is the maintenance level. This is where the engineers come down to fiddle with the pipages, to fiddle with the networks, to fiddle with all of the computer parts that run the base, right? And here is where I want to use the diagonals. And I want to use this sort of rusty looking block over here. It's a chisel block, and I want to have fans down here and little computer panels and stuff like that, right? So the base is going to be separated into 2 levels, a maintenance level and an upstairs level. And yeah, I think that's going to be absolutely perfect. And check this out. I've run a whole bunch of pipes and stuff over here to work on these 2 places in today's episode. So that's looking pretty sweet. What do you guys think of the new base? Oh, I didn't even show you this. Take a look at this. I've been working on a potential interior design for the base. But what do you guys think of this? Looking pretty cool, right? I've got fans in each of the walls, and then I've got like a nice sort of symmetrical pattern going on. And I'm also trying something interesting over here. Can you guys see this? Looking pretty cool. Maybe we'll fiddle a little bit more with these blocks a little bit later in the episode. These are architecture craft blocks, and we can make really awesome looking like corners of rooms. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Yeah, I kind of dig it, man. And then I was thinking about having like a glass roof or something like that, kind of making it a dome or something. But yeah, I've been working on the interior a little bit, trying to figure out a design. I think that's looking pretty badass. I like it. I like it. But that's everything I think that I needed to show you guys for today. Hope you like it. I'm very, very chuffed with it all. And what I'm most chuffed about, though, is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be setting up 2 factories over here. One factory is going to be infrastructure. The other factory is going to be a little bit controversial. Let's start with the infrastructure one, but first, let's crank open our Illuminati pet. Let's see what we got. Okay, did we get anything cool? Ooh, a mob masher upgrade. Fire aspect, that's pretty insane. Hey, you know what we should do, guys? Check this out. I got another bag of holding. I'm going to store everything that we get out of the Illuminati pet in this bag of holding. And then we can see, like, after a few episodes or so, like, what we got out of it, right? Hang on. We got copper boots. That's what we got from the Illuminati pet, too. So let's start storing the items that we get from the Illuminati pet. See if we actually get anything awesome out of it. Oh, isn't that cute? But it's wrong! Alright, ReNDoG, that is more than enough talking and dilly-dallying for one episode. Thank you. I hear you guys, man. It is time to get down to some serious business. My favorite part about modded Minecraft, creating and designing epic machines that make our lives a bunch easier here in the FoolCraft universe. And I've got a little bit of a work chest going on over here, guys. We're going to kick things off by creating an alloy smelter and sag mill array. A very important factory for anybody playing modded Minecraft. We're also going to be playing around with the painting machine a little bit later on. It's going to be absolutely epic. Now, let me get my brain juices flowing, though, guys. I need a sip of my beverage. And let's see if I can actually explain this to you guys without derping around too much. Let's start off with the alloy smelters and the sag mills. And what we are trying to do is create a factory that is going to double the yield that we get out of all of the ores that we mine out of our vein mine with our beautiful unbreaking pickaxe, right? So here's the plan. We want to turn all of these ores into powder. We then want to smelt that powder into ingots. Now, what the sag mill does is very, very interesting and very, very good for any modded base. What the sag mill does is it takes an iron ore, or any ore for that matter, that it can actually sag, and it will create 2 powder out of that ore. So for every ore, you're going to get 2 powder. So we're basically doubling the yield of ingots that we can get from all of the ores that we mine out from the vein miner, right? But, of course, we've got our sag mills going. What we're going to need to do is smelt down all of the powder that comes out of the sag mills. So in this little factory over here, I want to have sag mills on the one side, generating all of the powder, so processing those ores, and then I want those sag mills to send all of those powders into the smelters, and the smelters are going to cook the powders into ingots and send those ingots back into our storage facility. So I've got a bunch of item conduits and power conduits set up over here, and I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of rewiring. I'm going to have to figure out exactly how this works. Let's try figure this out. This is probably completely wrong, so let's just undo all of this action over here, and I guess what we're going to have to do, let's like think this through, right? So we're going to be underground vein mining, collecting ores. Those ores are going to hit the storage facility. We want to send those ores automatically using a filter into the sag mills, right? So the very first item conduit from the storage facility is going to go into the sag mills over here. So let's get all of that connected up. By the way, I've got a line of power and a line of item pipage that goes all the way from the storage facility. You can see here that it runs underneath, and that goes all the way into our colossal chest over there. So all of this sort of piping infrastructure is basically set up. What we need to do now is figure out how we're going to configure these things. So let's get all of our sag mills connected up to our storage facility via these item conduits. We're also going to need to get them connected up via power, right? So those are all connected. And now what we can do, I guess, is get all of the power conduits connected too. So these sag mills are going to be up and running. So let's run our power cable like that. Beautiful. Okay, so these sag mills should now have power. Let's take a look. Yes, there they go. They're getting power from our beautiful slime power generation facility. Excellent. Now, the next trick is going to be to try and get the powder out of the sag mills into the alloy smelters. What was that? Oh, that's the Illuminati pet. He's ready to go again. Okay, let's crank him. What did we get? Oh, a fitted quarried stone. Thanks, Illuminati pet. You suck, dude. Okay, anyway, we're going to need to try and get the powders out of here and into here. And I'm thinking the easiest way to do that is probably... I'm wondering if we can just use the in and out option in the item conduit, right? If we take a look at this connection over here, we have an in and out option here where we can insert a filter to get things in and out of this thing, but I don't know if that is going to work very, very well. I think that's going to be a little bit complicated. I mean, maybe what we should do is just have another separate output pipe at the back of the sag mills, right? So let's just experiment with this sag mill over here. So say, for example, these are the exit pipes. In fact, we could just do it like this, right? Yeah, that's going to work pretty good. So all we need is one sort of output line. So those sag mills are going to be grinding down all of the ores into powders. And then we can have one output line that's going to run like this, I suppose. And it's going to come all the way underneath here. We're going to have to disconnect all of these connections using our wrench, of course. And this is going to run into the connection points of all of the alloy smelters down here. Right? Okay, that's good. So we'll disconnect all of that stuff to get it ready, but we're going to have to do the same thing, I guess, with the alloy smelters, right? So if we add another line of item conduits like this coming out the back of the alloy smelters, and let's send another line this way, this is going to be the output line for the alloy smelters, right? And I guess we can probably send this line directly back into the main item pipe over here. And what we could do is set up channels using the item conduits to make sure that none of the items from the storage chest go into the alloy smelters, right? So all of the ingots coming out of those alloy smelters are then going to be sent back via that line into the storage facility. That's the theory. I guess what I got to try and do now is get all of the filters sorted out and all of the channels and stuff sorted out. It's probably going to take me a while, so I'll see you guys in a smidge. Cyberdogs, I got some good news for your butts, man. Our ore processing facility has actually turned out to be way less complicated to configure than I initially anticipated. And I guess that's because I've kept the design really clean and modular, which is, well, what I'm trying to do in this season of FoolCraft. I get really intimidated in modern Minecraft by loads of pipes and wires and machines and all complicated jazz that other fools on this server make. So I'm trying to keep everything as clean as possible. And, well, we just got a few more steps to go to get this bad boy fired up. Let's see if we can do it together and get this thing cranking first time, baby. Now, the most important thing about our factory, of course, is that our sag mills and our alloy smelters are receiving the correct items, right? Our sag mills need to get ores from our storage facilities. Our alloy smelters need to get powders from our sag mills. And then those alloy smelters need to send the ingots into the storage facilities, right? So that is the basic concept. These sag mills are going to generate the powder. That powder is going to be extracted via this line. That line's going to go into the alloy smelters over there. These alloy smelters are then going to send all the ingots via this output line into the storage facility. And the way we're going to manage all of this is by using channels, channel colors, okay? Now, stick with me. I know it sounds complicated, but it's really, really not. We have got some input nodes here into our sag mills, and what we're going to do is we are going to change this to insert, and we're going to change the channel to brown. This is all going to make sense in a moment. So let's change all of this to, hang on, this has got to be insert channel brown. There we go. And this one also, oops, this node needs to be insert channel brown. Now, these pipes are coming into our sag mills from our storage facility. So let's follow this pipe, this item conduit, all the way back. Here it is. We're going to follow it all the way under the walkway, all the way to a very important connection to our colossal chest. This is where we're going to be controlling everything. Okay, so if we have a look at the in-out mode that I've set over here and we go to extract, this has been set to brown. This is the brown channel. So this node is going to be sucking stuff out and sending it to the brown channel. And of course, what we wanted to suck out is a bunch of ores. For now, we're going to be using just the standard ores, iron, gold, copper, nickel, and silver because, well, we only are using a basic item filter. We can use an advanced item filter, but for that, we need a Z-Logic controller. We don't have the stuff to make a Z-Logic controller yet. But for now, I'm happy to just process these different types of ores. Okay, good. So we've got our brown channel set up. Brown is going to be going to the sag mills. So sag mills are brown channel. Let's just keep everything together. Now, let's have a look at the alloy smelter. At the back of the alloy smelter, we have an extract that has been set to the blue channel. Right? So all of those ingots we create are going to go into the blue channel of this item conduit network. And if we head back into our connection over here, we can see that the insert of our in-out mode has been set to blue. Right? So this node is only working with the sag mills and the alloy smelters and shouldn't be sending any other items back and forth from our storage facility into our ore processing facility over there. And I guess there's only one more step over here to do, which is to get this bad boy fired up by turning on that node over there. By the way, let's crank our Illuminati pet. What do we get? Something sweet? A Den irrigation channel. Thanks for nothing, freaking Illuminati pet. Okay, so the theory goes, if everything's been set up correctly, when we turn on this node to start extracting, we should start processing iron, gold, copper, nickel, and silver, and all of those ingots should be heading back into our storage facility. Let's do this thing, guys. Let's change this to always active, the extract. That should, in theory, now be pumping ores into our sag mills. It looks like it's working. Let's not forget, though, we need to change this to round robin. So let's change that to round robin. So it's going to go to the sag mills evenly. There we go. All the sag mills are on. Excellent. What are they actually cooking with over here? They are making nickel ore, which isn't getting extracted at the moment. So that's a little bit unfortunate. That's silver, which is good. And this is also silver. Okay, so the sag mills are functioning, but they aren't extracting, which is very strange. I wonder why. Have we set the channels incorrectly over here? Derp! I figured it out, guys. I didn't configure my alloy smelters correctly. These are Ender IO machines, right? So we can configure the inputs and outputs of them. We want the back of the alloy smelters to be push, so they're going to push all of the ingots out, and we want the bottom of the alloy smelter to be pull, right? So they're going to start receiving the dusts from the sag mills. Are they actually receiving anything, though? Doesn't look like it. Cyberdogs, you have just witnessed with your very own eyes ReNDoG's law, which basically states if ReNDoG says something's going to work for the first time, it's not. Yep, I configured the sag mills incorrectly, guys. Of course, the back of the sag mills need to push out the items and not pull them. I don't know how I got this wrong, but take a look at this. All we need to do is change this to push, and I've turned off the sag mills for now. So let's turn them back on again. Always active. There we go. And what we should see now is our alloy smelters starting to fire up. Oh, what a magical noise that is, Cyberdogs. The sound of ores getting ground down into powder and powder getting cooked up into ingots, all automagically. This is amazing, and we're finally putting all of this power that we're generating to good use. How much RF are we actually using right now? It doesn't really say. Are we not outputting anything? That's very strange. Where is this power coming from? Oh, the power might be coming directly from the slimy generators instead of from our banks over there. Okay, so that's a little bit of a mistake. Let's have a look at that. Let's check what's going on here. So here's the main power line, right? This main power line goes all the way into this connection here. Yes, so it's taking the power directly from the slimy generators instead of from the bank over here, which is a little bit of a problem. I think what we're going to have to do is have a separate output line coming from our battery bank over here, or else, well, our factories are just going to be using our slimy generators instead of that 120 million RF setup over there. Jeez, man, didn't think about that. This truly is one of the most magnificent feelings you can get in modded Minecraft, guys. When you get the basic foundation infrastructure of your base going and everything runs perfectly and smoothly without any problems. Oh man, it just feels so amazing. We've got storage, we've got power, and we've got ore doubling and ore processing, and it's all working 100% automatically with no issues, no glitches, no problems. Absolutely amazing. I'm feeling so so good right now, baby. Had to do a little bit of readjusting to our power network though, guys, and this is really, really important. This is a giant battery, right, that is receiving power from the slime generators, and well, what you need to do is separate your input and your output for the most optimal power network that you can get in modded Minecraft. So we've got a line over here coming from the slimy generators, inserting power, and then we've got another line extracting power, and this line is our main line, right? This is our main power line, and you can see it's not connected to the input line, and this is where we're going to be powering everything with this line. That's going over there to power the storage, and then of course it continues all the way to our new factory over there to power those. But this is up and running, absolutely beautiful. Ore is getting processed out the wazoo, baby, and let's have a look. How much ore do we have to process? Wow, we have a lot. So that is epic. I'm going to let that run for the next few minutes, guys, because we are going to be moving on to the next part of today's episode, a very important part of today's episode, and a part that I would like you guys to pay a lot of attention to, okay? This is going to be a very important well, next step, I suppose, for the series, and it's going to be up to you guys to decide whether or not we're going to be doing it in this way or not. Now, one of the greatest challenges that we are going to face building this magnificent base is the resources that we are going to require to actually build this base. As you guys know, we are building our base out of factory blocks and out of chiseled iron blocks, right? So this block, for example, is a block of iron, 9 ingots just to make one block. A factory block takes 4 iron ingots to make one factory block, right? So it's an extremely expensive process. However, there is a way that we could potentially make our lives a lot easier, but it could be seen by some people out there as a little bit cheaty. Now, bear in mind, FoolCraft is a mod pack that has been designed to make our lives as easy as possible in Minecraft. However, I feel that there is something known as Minecraft ethics, okay? And I've got pretty strong Minecraft ethics. I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to create my entire base out of iron. Therefore, I need to put the grind in to get the iron. You know, I need to find a way to generate a butt ton of iron to finish our base. Or if we could use a very awesome machine called a painting machine to create all of the blocks that we need at a much cheaper rate. So the question is to you guys, are we going to be using the painting machine to generate all of the blocks that we need for our base, or are we going to do it legitimately? Are we going to do it the hard way? Okay, I'm going to stick a poll, top right hand corner of the video. Before you answer, let's take a look at the painting machine. Let's take a look at how this thing works. So take a look at this thing. It's really, really cool and really simple to make. Take a look at the recipe. You need a diamond, some nether quartz, some electrical steel, and a machine chassis. All very easy to make. But what this thing can do is that it can turn cobblestone into any block in the game, right? Using a little bit of RF. And that's, of course, why I've connected it up to this RF cable. So if, for example, I want to turn cobblestone into a block of iron, for example, one of the most expensive blocks that we have in our current build, we can simply put our block of iron in this position. It's not going to get consumed. And then we can just fill this position with cobblestone. And this painting machine will literally generate fake blocks of iron for us, right? There it is. And if we place it down, you'll see it looks exactly like an iron block. Okay, so it feels a little bit cheaty, doesn't it, to be able to generate a ridiculous amount of iron blocks just out of cobblestone. However, what we could potentially do is set up a proper factory over here that will automatically make every single one of the blocks that we are using in our block palette, right? So if we set up 6 painting machines, we could create all of these different blocks just using cobblestone. And let's be honest, that will make our lives a lot easier. I'm kind of battling with this though, guys. My Minecraft ethics are playing with my head right now. It feels a little bit dirty. However, I'm going to leave this up to you guys. What do you think? Vote in the poll and let me know in the comments what we should do. How do you feel about this? Do you think it's cheaty? Do you think we should use this? Bearing in mind the philosophy of FoolCraft is, of course, to try and make our lives a lot easier, but also bearing in mind Minecraft ethics. It's a tricky one, guys. I can't wait to see what you say. Come on, get right in the comments. I'm sorry, Cyberdogs. I'm about to make your decisions so much harder because I have just finished putting together this pimptastic block generating factory of awesomeness. And I gotta tell you, man, I think it's so cool. I'm really excited to see if it actually works. Basically, this little factory works in exactly the same way as our ore processing unit over here. We have got 6 painting machines, and each of these painting machines is going to be generating the block that is shown above it, right? We're going to be pumping cobblestone from the storage facility into the painting machines and extracting the blocks from the painting machines and sending them back into the storage facility. The blocks coming in are going to be coming in via a brown channel, and the blocks going out are going to be exiting via a blue channel, and we're going to be running this all on a separate item conduit network, right? So take a look at this. This item conduit network is the third line, I guess, of the pipes that we have underneath this corridor. This is the item conduit for the ore processing facility, and if we follow this line all the way into this position, this is where the magic happens. Here's the second connection to our colossal chest, and this is where we're going to be telling storage facility to send cobblestone into our block generating factory. Now, I hope I've set this up correctly, guys. Let's turn this on to always active, and let's start pumping cobblestone into our block generating factory. Let's take a look. Are these bad boys fired up? These ones are. Okay, that's good. They are generating... are they? What? Cobblestone is looking a little bit funky. Oh, geez. These things are creating like something broken over here. What is going on? That doesn't look right. That is definitely not right. It's taken me some time to try and figure this out, guys, but I think I've worked out what's wrong with this broken texture over here. If the first bit of cobblestone that arrives in your painting machine is from an item conduit, that cobblestone is going to be broken, or the texture is going to be broken, and it's actually going to make a broken painted block. But if you put cobblestone into the painting machine first and have that cobblestone be fed by your storage facility, then that seems to fix it. I know it's kind of weird. Also, why is this one not receiving cobblestone? It should be receiving cobblestone, but let's have a look. Input. Yep, that should be receiving cobblestone. Anyway, it seems to be working now. As you guys can see, all of the painting machines are running, and that's because I've put cobblestone in them first. And yeah, if we go over to the storage facility and have a look for the painted blocks, what we will see is some of the broken ones. Yep, there are the broken ones, but you can see the fixed ones are arriving. So it's kind of working, but I have to make sure that those machines are always filled with cobblestone so that they don't receive cobblestone from the item conduit first. Anyway, that's the factory. It's up and running, and as you guys can see, it could potentially change our lives here on FoolCraft. If we just let this run for 24 hours, we could turn... How much cobblestone do we have in here at the moment? We got like, I don't know, 22,000 cobblestone. We could turn all of those cobblestone into the blocks that we need, and that'll basically make our lives much easier, won't it? But of course, it will remove the grind of, well, I guess, you know, making our own items, making our own blocks, using iron as the primary source for our base. But guys, don't forget to vote in the poll, okay? Have a think about it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I guess that's going to do it for today's episode. One more thing to do. Let's make another Illuminati pet item, mystical white petals. And yeah, let me show you guys what I've pulled out of the Illuminati pet today. Not much to talk of other than some tasty mint chocolate chip ice cream. Don't mind if I do. I guess the best thing we've got is this 256k fluid storage part, which sounds expensive. So that's kind of cool. Pretty cool pet that we found. Well, that's going to do it from me and my Illuminati pet for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you have, don't forget to send me some love. Hit that like button, hit that comment section like nobody's business. And I can't wait to see what you guys say about the painting machine factory conundrum we are facing. Thanks so much for watching, guys. ReNDoG signing out, and we will smell you all in the next episode.